Good morning, Randall. Continuing, continuing the SD's class of game theory in the case of this operational research. Initially, we'll be looking after the flow chart once again before moving on to the rules of the gaming theory. So the different kinds of methods that we will be following under this game theory for taking the necessary steps in the form of decisions. We'll be having a detailed look. So initially, first one is a decision making process, how it will be getting existing, characterized into three different groups, that is certainty, uncertainty, and risk assessment. So under the characterization of this certainty, you're having two phases. There is non-competitive situation and competitive situation. In the case of non-competitive situation, we doesn't have any specific conditions. Moving on to the competitive situations, there are two different strategies. First one is a pure strategy. Next one is a mixed strategy. In the case of this pure strategy, there's an steps of solving the problem depending upon two constraints with respect to an additional constraint, that is minimax condition and maximin condition of principles utilized. And with that, in the condition of minimax solvation, with the permit of saddle point and without permitting of the saddle point. And in the maximum conditions also will be solving the problems by taking the decisions with the saddle point and without saddle point. In the case of this mixed strategy, we'll be having the in detail that a particular methodology in the case of this matrix format need to be organized. That will be calling as an 2 by 2 order payoff matrix. So if that condition has been achieved as per the given questionnaire, then we will be solving that kind of problem either by algebraic method or analytical method or matrix method or any of the shortcut methods that are being existing lead to get the optimum solutions. So this payoff matrix will be getting achieved when two constraints are available in the 2 by 2 order of payoff matrix. If both the constraints has been defined, then we'll be solving the problems in the given order, that is either of the method utilization and solving the prescribed solution for it. For example, if there are increasing in order, that is nothing but n number of constraints and m number of constraints are existing in both the player wise for player in the player X strategy and player Y strategy. If n number of constraints has been given for the player X and m number of constraints has been given in the case of player Y of this payoff matrix, we'll be utilizing this graphical method for solving the problems. And even at that particular time also, if any two of the constraints among three, that is n minus 1 or else the m minus 1 constraints has been defined for our convenience to solve the problems, then we will be moving on for proceeding the solvation process in the case of this graphical method. But in the case of this graphical method, if the constraints haven't satisfied for the solving, then we have to proceed for the m by n order payoff matrix. That is nothing but formation of the constraints by utilizing this linear programming technique or linear programming method. And we all aware of this linear programming method that is in the second unit, that consists of n number of constraints. Based upon that constraints, we have to formulate the equations and have to justify that the x terminology of constraints and y terminology of constraints are definitely greater than 0. And those constraints leads to solve the different kinds of problems when it has been equated by multiplying with respect to a large positive number for an minimum conditions of range and for maximum conditions of constraints by multiplying with the maximum positive number and minimum positive numbers. And definitely it should be a non-negative in strategy. The obtained equations should be in non-negative strategy. If it is non-negative, then the entire base equation will be multiplied with respect to the negative unity. Indeed, to commence to the action of equation towards the positivity, as we have been learned in the second unit of our program or syllabus. So we'll be proceeding with respect to the rules of the gaming theory. First one, rule one, looking for the pure strategy, there is saddle point. Rule number two, reduce the game by dominance. So it involves that if there is no any pure strategy existing, then you have to move for the next step, that is an eliminate the certain strategies, nothing but rows and columns by the law of dominance. So the law of dominance in the sense that is minimization of the rows and columns as per the constraints. Moving on to the rule number 3, solving for the mixed strategy. So we all know that if the mixed strategy has been achieved over here from the both the sides, that is an towards the player 1 and towards the player 2, or player X and player Y. Player X and player Y. So we'll be having a different methods that are being utilized for solving the problem based upon the given conditions. So here we can utilize either of the conditions or any of the conditions that are being highlighted here. There is either in the arithmetic method of solving the problem, formulating the equations and simplifying and getting the values of the x and y, or x1 y1, x2 y2, or x3 y3 as per the given n number of constraints, or can be utilized in the case of solving this algebraic method or graphical method, or in the matrix method, or in the shortcut method, it is simplex methods, etc. So let us consider the strategies, pure strategies. So if the pure strategies has been obtained in the given problem, what does it refers to in the minimax condition and maxi min condition? and what are the principles that are being existing. We will be having a detailed look. Coming to the point of this Maximin principle, it initiates that maximizing the player's minimum gains. That means select the strategy that gives him maximum gains among the row minimum value. Coming to the point of minimax principle, minimizing the problem's maximum gains, that relates that selecting the strategies gives the minimum losses among the column maximum values. So it leads to the maximum values in the columns. So we are having a clear cut vision. In the maximum condition, gains will be in minimum, and the maximum gains will be coming towards the columns, and in the rows the values will be in minimum condition in the rows. That is in X strategy. In the minimax condition, there will be a maximum gains, that is nothing but minimizing of the losses, and the values at the column ranges will be very much high, maximum column values. So what is meant by a saddle point here? If the maximum value is equal to the minimax value, maximum value equals to the minimax value. So that is nothing but the tie value we will be calling. So tie value for the player 1 and player 2. Then the game is said to be having a saddle point or equilibrium point and correspond to the strategy called optimum strategies. So optimal strategies, both are having with an equating of strategy, having an equal strategy. So in these pure strategies, actually what is the value for this game or value of the game? This is an expected that payoff at the end of the game when player uses an his optimal strategy. So we all aware of this optimal strategy, that the maximum value and the minimax value, when it has been coincided with respect to each other or else equal values has been obtained, then the saddle point will be coming into the existence, and the similar values will be obtained as an reminders in the both rows and columns. But here at that particular time there will be an equal strategy, but a game is said to be a fair game if lower, that is nothing but maximum, and upper, that is minimax values of the game are equal and both equals to 0. Conditions that this game is said to be strictly determinable game when the maximum and minimax values of the game are equal at both equal the values relates correspondingly in both the actions, that is in the rows as well as in the columns. This creates an equal strategy and leads to a saddle point also. At that particular time, both the efficiencies that we'll be calling in our gaming theory as a strategy, both the efficiency values are almost similar in both the conditions. In the minimax is nothing but the upper case, and maximum condition that is in the lower case. We'll be having a nominal condition. This is the saddle point obtaining conditions, nothing but values in the case of this both, that is in the maximum condition and minimax conditions. This is an upper and lower conditions. So lower conditions is nothing but these rows and columns upper condition. So both the remaining values are common in strategy. So here in the case of this row and in the case of this column, the common point it is 4, and that leads to a remainder as in here, that is an maximum value or the lower value among this row, and this is then maximum value among this column. So 3 definitely it is low, and 4 it is definitely high. So maximum value in the case of B1, that is column, is 4, and minimum value in the case of this row, that is 6, is greater than the 4, and hence least value it is 4, and hence 4 is the common point in the maximum condition, and 4 is the value, that is upper value in the minimax condition. And the common point when we have been applied both the actions leads to a saddle point. This is the rule to find out the saddle point, right? We'll be looking once again. The similar values will be given in our matrix. It's an 2 by 2 matrix, and 2 players in the X system and 2 players in the Y system, considered A1 and A2 and a B1 and B2, and certain values has been given. So the odd out value, there is max min values in the case of this row, and this is the column. And in the first row, if you have been seen for solving of this A1, the minimum value it is 4, and in the case of this B1 player with respect to the competitor of A1, that is B1, there is column having the maximum value it is 4, and the remainder at row 1 with respect to A1, and the remainder with respect to the B1, that is opponent to the A1, that is in the column number 1, leads to a maximum number, that is 4. It is equal in the case of both row and column, and that relates the type of A1 and B1 players. That is nothing but the saddle point. And selecting the maximum element in the condition leads towards the column in the case of this minimum, and in the case of this maximum we have been found out. Considering one of the example in the case of this dominance, or the maximum rule that need to be followed in the dominance, is used to reduce the size of the payoff matrix. Nothing but 3 by 3 will be concise to 2 by 2 by eliminating one of the player. Obviously, we'll be looking after one of the illustration that different competitions will be taking place. Just we have been taken the cricket game in the national champions, in the sense nothing but indeed to pick one of the person from each and every state. Initially, they used to play the district level, and district level towards the state level, and then state level to the national level. So in between one state to another state, there will be an 2020 match, and from that one will be an defeater, and that will be playing with respect to the another state. Like that, finally one team will be getting as a winner. Like that, minuting the players, nothing but decreasing or reducing the payoff matrix. That helps in deleting the n number of rows and columns for convenience, which remains at least one in rows and columns has to be considered. So these are deleted. Once the rows and columns are deleted, These are never be used for determining the optimum strategy for both the players, that either in the player A side or in the player B side, that is team A and team B. The rule of dominance are especially used for the evaluation of two-person and zero-sum games without a saddle point. So that is nothing but if the saddle point has been achieved, then tie will be getting taken place between one player and another player, and rows or columns will not be getting deleted. So if any one of the person achieves the greater score, obviously another person will be getting in a decreasing strategy, and that decreases strategy of row or column will be in removed strategy. That leads to the rules of dominance. So indeed, to happen the dominance rule, there should not be any occurrence of the saddle point. So here it clearly specifies that A1 values, that is -5, B1 value -5, A2 5, B B1 A2 5, A3 that is 5. And coming to the B2, that is 10 minus 10 minus 20, that has been given as an example. When the commencement has been taken place between this player A and player B, upon operating this maximum, maximin condition and minimax condition between player A and player B, it is -5, is then minimum value which does not have any of the saddle point, and in the maximum conditions towards the player B side will be leads towards the positive value. So that is summation of all the values with respect to the player conditions, that it leads to an column, entire column, that is 5. And simultaneously in the B2 and A2, you have been achieved the -10 as an remaining value, and A3, there is row 3, in the row 3 there is -20. And in the case of this column of B1 5 and B2, hence upon solvation with respect to rows and columns, there is no any saddle point occurring here, because in the row 1 it creates as a negative constraint of -5, that is a minimum value, and the maximum value of +5, and having an 10 variation, and hence there is no any saddle point. Furtherly, we can try to reduce the size of the given matrix or payoff matrix. It is possible for its minimizing condition. We'll be looking after it. And here 3 by 3 matrix can be reduced towards the 2 by 2. So the values here just reducing the decrementing of this B3 column, and only the B1, B2 columns are getting maintained in the player B side, because of we'll be having a note that every element of the column B3 is more than or equal to every corresponding element of the row B2. So here it clearly specifying that every element that is existing in the row 2 is being maintaining with respect to the equal strategy, that is -10 -10 -20 -20, that is equivalent for both these strategies, and hence evidently the choice of strategy B3 will always result in more losses. It creates losses because 10 minus 10 it is equating to 0, 20 minus 20 it is being equating to 0. and minus 20 plus 20, it relates to 0. Minus 10 plus 10, it relates to the 0. And hence there is no value, prescribed value, and creates the losses because there is no any value. And hence, upon selecting the strategy of B2, we'll come to a conclusion that B3 is inferior to the B2. Hence, upon this inferiority, we are being deleting this B3 strategy from the payoff matrix. And upon reduction, we'll be attaining the matrix in such a format, that is only B1 and only B2. And now even we can reduce the one of the column. How to reduce one of the column? It may be noted that A2 of the player A is dominated by his A3 strategy, because again the equal constraints are being maintained with respect to A2 and A3, and minus 20 and minus 10. So minus 10 is a superior value when compared to the minus 20, and 5 it is an equivalent strategy. But one of the constraint that is being existing as a superior one with respect to the A3, and hence there is a condition relates towards the elimination of the row A3, right? Because a profit due to the A2 is greater than or equal to the profit due to the strategy A3. Definitely it relates towards the 5 in the minimax condition, reducing conditions, and A3 upon deleting of this A3, when we have been calculated with respect to the minimax condition, maximum condition, and the minimum condition, upon given two numbers, the maximum number it is 5, and here upon the maximum number it is minimum number it is minus 10, and here the B2 maximum number it is 10, and the minimum number among these two numbers it is minus 5. And here we'll be coming to a conclusion that maximum value is not equal to the minimum value. There is a clear first, and there is a saddle point. There is a common terminology need to be found out here. And for this type of game situation, it is possible to obtain the solution by applying the concept of mixed strategies. Nothing but can be utilized for solving in mathematical relations or matrix form of relation, or else this graphical representation, whatsoever it may be the condition, can be utilized. So moving on with respect to a mixed strategy. So in this mixed strategy, we'll be looking after the cases existing in the mixed strategy, that is game without the saddle point. First one it is algebraic method. Algebraic method. This method is used to determine the probability of using different strategies by player A and player B. This method is quite lengthy when n number of strategies for both players or more than the two. So we all know that within the 2 by 2 matrix, it is very easy of solvation and can be solved by utilizing the nominal calculations. But in the case of this n number of players, in the case of this A, and m number of players in the case of B has been increased furtherly, we have to choose the conditions upon this elimination strategy, that is without any saddle points occurring, and elimination in the case of these rows and columns by applying the conditions of minimax and maximin conditions in the both column and row wise. Column wise for the B and row wise for the A need to be applied, as we'll be seeing in the example, which is solved in the case of this algebraic method. So taking the situation of this player A and player B as per the given question, that A1 row consists of 5 and 2. The minimum value here it is maximum value, and that is 2 in the row A1, and this is being applied with respect to the player 1. And in the case of this row 2, 3 and 4, the minimum value it is 3, that is to be applied with respect to the player 2. Let's consider P1 and P2. minimum values with respect to the A1 is P1, and minimum value that is being with respect to the A2 it is P2. Considering this player B side, that is column 1 and column 2. So based upon this column 1 B1, we need to have a probability of selecting in the case of this B1, it is maximum number. That is maximum number. Generally upon calculation we have been considered 3 and 5, it is 5. And let us assume that Q1 is the probability of selecting a strategy of B1, and simultaneously for the column 2 correspondingly maximum number it is in, or the selecting of probability, that is in the case of B2, that is Q2. And applying the algebraic considerations. So algebraic considerations in the sense we need to frame up the simplification factors indeed to get the values for corresponding constraints we have been taken, that is P1, P2, Q1, Q2. Let V be the value of the game constraints. So taking the rows and column wise conditions, that is in the row A1, that is 5 P1 plus, sorry, the column constraints. First one, maximum conditions. So the first one it is a maximum conditions, next one it is minimum conditions. So maximum condition we have been considered 5P1 plus 3P2 is equal to V. That is the first equation assumed. And next one it is for the second column, that is 2P1 plus 4P2 is equal to V. And considering that equating with respect to an unity value, that P1 and P2, P1 plus P2 is equal to 1. So here if we solve the about 3 equations upon equating with respect to the 1, P1 plus P2 is equal to 1. So upon elimination factor 2 of P1 plus 2P2 is equal to V, and applying this P1 plus P2 is equal to 1 condition, then we'll be obtaining this upon simplification. We are getting this P1 value 1 by 4, P2 3 by 2, and applying this P1 plus P1 and P2 values in any one of the equations, that is equation 1 and equation 2, we'll get the V value, that is V is equal to 7 by 2. Therefore, the optimum strategy of the player A is 1 by 4, 3 by 4. And this player should play with a strategy of 25 percentage time, and A2 is 75 percentage of time. That is 1/4 and 3 by 2 among this 7 by 2. And order, order is expected to a maximum that is expected game in 7 by 2 units. Moving on with respect to the same way to the player B, taking them values, that is 5Q1 plus 3Q2 is equal to, 2Q2 is equal to V, and simultaneously 3Q1 plus 4Q2 is equal to V, and nominally Q1 plus Q2 is equal to 1. So upon solving these 2 and 3 equations, or 1 and 3 equation will be having in values, and upon substituting this Q1 Q2 values in the either 1 or 2 equations, we will be getting the V value, that is 7 by 2. So the obtained values for Q1 is equal to 1 by 2, Q2 is equal to 1 by 2, and V value it is 7 by 2. Therefore, the optimum strategies for player B, that is 1 by 2 and 1 by 2, and hence this player B should have the strategy of for the player 1 B1, that is 50% simultaneously, for player 2 50% of the time, in order to minimize. So first one it is a maximize condition, and minimization condition is expected by the game, that is 7 by 2 units. So in this way the maximum conditions with respect to the A and minimum conditions with respect to the B will be calculating. That is the first condition of solving in the case of this arithmetic algebraic method. So without a saddle point, it leads to a form a game solvation theory. We'll be having a slight glance considering P1, P2, and Q1, Q2 or the players or probabilities for selecting the strategies of different players in the A side and B side. P1 is the strategy of A1, P2 is the strategy of A2, Q1 is the strategy of B1, Q2 is the strategy of B2, and assuming V is the equating factor with respect to the value of the game, and considering for the first constraint that is 5P1 plus 3P2 is equal to V, simultaneously for player 2 that is A2, A2 is 2P1 plus 4P2 is equal to V, and assuming that P1 plus P2 is equal to unity value, upon solving we are getting the efficiencies, and 1 by 4 that is 25 percentage, 3 by 2 that is 75 percentage, and 25 percentage of the time will be played by the P1 and 75 percentage of the time existing will be played by the player 2 that is A2, and the order stabilization that is expected time of maintaining this game is 7 by 2 units. Obviously we used to find the similar ways for the player B, and upon solving we obtain the values that is 50-50. There is nothing but 50% of the time will be played by player 1 B1 and player 2 50% is nominally there is P2, and in order to minimize the condition it is 7 by 2 units, and hence here is an A relates towards the maximization condition, B relates towards the minimization conditions. So this is the method of solving the problems without any saddle point achieved in the case of algebraic method, and in the case of this without saddle point obtaining game theory, there are furthermore methods, that is graphical method, algebraic method, etc., or arithmetic method. So algebraic method we have been solved now, and arithmetic method we will be discussing in the next class. Thank you.